Welcome to Becoming a Writer podcast, a space where we write freely,
Write fearlessly,
and write forever. I am Rubina Gauri Gomes, and as your writer friend, I want to give you the love, support, and encouragement to realize, become, and stay a writer for life. You can find more about our conversations and your free Writer's Mental Toolbox PDF at rubinagomes.substack.com. Now please grab a cup of your favorite drink and let's have a quick chat. Hello my writer friends, Rubina here. For our 14th conversation, we are going to talk about being slow and steady to have a fun writing life. When in 2017 I started my first novel, I have to admit I had stupidly unrealistic high expectations of myself and of writing. Like everyone else, I thought writing was easy and anyone could do it. Based on the write your book in 30 days, write 5,000 words in an hour, and this plot template will make your novel go viral, I assumed I'd be able to write and publish my novel within a year. I was so naive back then. I didn't know what I didn't know and thought it would all be a piece of cake. I'll write my novel, publishers will publish it, and I'd see my book in the bookstores. Just like that. Inevitably, very soon, I realized I was out of my depths. I learned that the kind of writer I am destined to become requires me to first undo myself as a human, what I have been taught, told, and experienced so far in my life, and use that as my raw materials to alchemize what I think and feel into words. Back then, I wanted to publish my novel to feel proud, to show my family, friends, classmates, and teachers that I am different, that I am special, that I am not as dull as I seem. I wanted my published book to validate my existence, and to make that possible, I was emotionally whipping myself to write. Like we are taught in school, I was trying to force writing down my throat, to follow the rules, to maintain a strict schedule, to get an A+ every time I write, and when I failed, I'd berate myself. You call yourself a writer? Do you even know English? You are average, always have been, always will be. You think you're better than that girl in your class? Who is going to read this? You'll fail your mother. You are like your father, a good for nothing. The year was inching towards its end, and I didn't have one sensible chapter of my novel written. I could see all my fears coming true. I am not a writer. I am not good at anything. I'll always fail. As I was waiting for the inevitable 31st December, and the confirmation that I am indeed not a writer, life decided to drop the guillotine blade on me and my family's head. We greeted the last day of 2017 with the unexpected death of my cousin brother, a day before New Year, 6 days before my 23rd birthday, 25 days before his 25th birthday. To say that we were in denial would be an understatement. Some of us are still in that phase. But after 3 months of losing him and feeling lost, I got a sense of urgency and purpose. Life is too short and I have to make my writing dreams come true. Of the many lessons my cousin taught me, one was that slow and steady wins the race. My cousin brother was an avid gamer. Out of the many games he played, he loved Hitman and Assassin's Creed. I loved watching him be in the flow of the game. As it often happens, he'd lose a level or fail at a task and would have to play it all over again. But never did I see him get frustrated. He'd make a quick sound of annoyance and then restart the game. Slowly and steadily, he'd make it through the complete game. Once done, he would restart the game from the beginning, and what took him days, even weeks to finish, now would take him half a day. I would be astonished how he could do that, as if by magic. Only he knew how much effort he had to put in to reach that level of expertise. And it wasn't much effort for him anyway, because he loved every minute of what he was doing, including the successes and the failure. He made me realize it wasn't about finishing the game, but playing it, hoping to win it. Same way, it's not about the published book, but the act of writing it in the hope of publishing it. I now realize it's not about rushing and going fast and publishing that book to get the validation I hoped for. It's about having that slow and steady drip of writing that enriches my life, first inside and then outside. To make sure I'm jogging at a steady pace along my writing journey, I do the following. I aim low. My aim for every writing session is to do something to move the needle. Not all writing days will be good, but it's a win no matter what. I stay present at the task at hand. When I sit down to write, I aim to be present with the scene or thought at hand. Researching, planning, editing, and wondering about the next scene happens outside my current writing session. I don't want my focus diverted from what's at hand. I D&D the rest of the world. When I enter my writing session, I turn off my phone, shut my door, and go into do not disturb mode. Nothing else matters other than what I'm writing or working on at that moment. I know my limits. My daily writing limit is 2 to 3 hours per day. I don't allow myself to go beyond that. Until of course I'm struck by creative lightning, which happens once, maybe twice a year. Reinforcing this rule makes sure that I have creative energy for the next day. I give myself grace and kindness. Writing is less like training young people to join the army and more like encouraging a baby to take their first steps. Whenever I write, I tell myself, let's see what we can come up with today. A gentle positive push is enough to get the writing ball rolling. I start and end my day on relaxing notes. Currently, I begin my writing day by first chilling with my cup of coffee at my writing desk. I am not thinking about what I must do, worrying about the day, or scrolling through my phone. I take my time drinking my coffee and grounding myself to my desk. Then I pick a song or music which I feel I am in the mood, let it loop and start writing. Once done with my writing session, later in the evening, I would sit down with an episode of some show I am currently watching or with the book I am currently reading. Following this routine, I have noticed that my writing has become an easy feat to achieve. I get my ego out of my way. This is easier said than done, but it is necessary to do it. I can't worry about what the world wants me to write. I can only write what wants to come out of me. I can't worry about the other writers and compare myself to them. I can only compare myself to the writer I was yesterday. I can't worry if the grass is greener on the other side. I can only make sure my grass is watered and taken care of. Writing is not a competition. It's a journey. We must enjoy it for its own sake and at our own pace. Well, that's it for today. Next time we meet, we'll talk about how treating your writing like an experiment will get you into writing mode. Until then, keep writing, my friend. Thank you for catching up with me today. I hope you found some inspiration that could help you write freely, write fearlessly, and write forever. You can listen to our previous conversations at rubinagomes.substack.com. There you'll also get access to my other essays published every Wednesday and your free Writer's Mental Toolbox PDF to help you enjoy every writing session. You can also find me on Instagram at becoming.awriter. See you later.